Welcome, everyone, to a very special Ask Us Anything session for Slay the Stars. It is our 1-year anniversary, and this time we're doing things a little differently. We brought in a professional moderator to ask us questions and to maybe press us on some of the subjects that we don't want to go into detail on. And that moderator for today is someone who needs no introduction, the GM from Dude, Where's My Drift, Kay.
I think I just need to throw out all my notes here and just change how I'm doing this all around. All right. Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
No. All right. We have collected questions from Twitter, from Discord, from fans and friends. And Kay has those questions along with some that he has formulated himself. And let's just get started. Let's jump in.
All right. So thank you guys for having me here today. It's an honor. Super excited.
Thank you.
But I just want to start off with the easy one. So it's been a year since you guys officially released. And what are some things you wish you could go back and do differently about releasing the podcast and getting it started?
The first 3 episodes.
Especially episode 3.
Oh, especially. What a garbage episode.
Yeah.
I was trying my best.
I feel like we should have recorded 3 episodes that were garbage episodes and then start with 4 as our first episode, just so that we could work through a bunch of the kinks and not publish those.
The joke is we kind of did
that. Yeah.
We did.
I mean, an entire
I know.
when we do it.
But actually, there's the lost
test
audio.
sessions.
We should. we recorded.
Nope. They're dead. They're gone.
I still have them on my computer. We could potentially
you
release
did what
something
now?
like that.
No, what are you talking about here?
So,
the lost session.
Super secret.
We had some audio difficulties in the first 3 episodes when we recorded them initially.
Mm-hmm.
And we also, it was the first time we were recording, so there were some kinks that needed to be worked out. So we scrapped them and we started over. But the audio from those sessions still exists.
Hollow Room. I thought I deleted all of existence of them.
No, I have them on my computer. I'm almost positive.
Oh, wait. Is this the one where you had them fight a night hag?
No, that was
the test session.
That was
Okay,
the test session,
okay.
which I
That's
don't
the
think
different.
that was actually recorded, so that does not exist.
No, it was not.
Yeah, no. So that is just going to have to live on in our hearts.
Unless it was recorded on
Zoom.
On Zoom.
I don't think it was, and I've been through my Zoom recordings recently. It's not on there. So unless I saved it to my computer, it doesn't exist.
But what else? Anything else you guys want to change?
Oh, we
for
lost the
first episodes?
thread, guys.
Yeah, we did.
didn't answer
We do.
Typical.
You'll find out. We do this a lot.
Oh, I've listened to the AMAs. I know how this goes.
I think along those lines, though, I do kind of wish that we had another. First of all, I wanted to redo the first dramatization because I hate it.
Really? Why do you hate it?
Because it was just the first jump into a pool. You're just
I think it was pretty
splashing
good.
around. You're floating, sure, but it's still drowning, but just a
think it was
little
excellent.
smidge less.
No, you did great.
Was that the 2 Queens one? Or
No,
No, that was a lore drop.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah, that one was good. I was proud of that one.
Yeah, that was good.
That was the one where Shar was in the forest trying to find Zem after they got separated. It was that very first dramatization. I think it was a week after episode 1, maybe. It was that Friday they dropped it. I want to redo it because I even got Isaac to do the soldiers in the background.
Yes.
I was really happy with that.
Yes.
And then he came back later and did the bar scene and the music for that.
Isaac. He's a genius.
He's a genius. What a cool dude.
Love him. He just had a birthday.
Happy birthday, Isaac.
Happy birthday, Isaac.
Happy birthday, Isaac.
What would I change? You know what? I'm going to be really honest. I don't think I'd change anything.
I really wouldn't change anything else.
I think the way we released was smart. We dropped the first AMA and 2 episodes on the first day. That was genius. We had a backlog, which we blew through. That was fine. But I think we had all of our ducks in a row.
Had a backlog.
Actually,
Listen, we've done it a couple times. We get ahead and we're like, hell yeah. And then gone.
And then
I
life
thought of
happens.
one thing. One thing I would do differently. My fucking inventory.
Oh.
Yes. Especially your gold.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
It's
At
still
one
just a
point I
shot
was
in the
like,
dark.
we spent it all. Hey, Rafe.
I think that was the one episode was the only one that I was really mad at you just because I'm just like, what do you mean you don't know how much gold you have?
Yeah, it was gone.
I have been keeping meticulous track. I've given you most of it.
Yeah. Every time someone's like, here's some gold, you'd be like, I'm just going to take whatever off the top. You take the bulk. And I'm like, cool. And then
Like, here's my
Don't write it
10%.
down.
Here you go.
It's funny because I would write it down, but like I didn't have a running tally.
Yeah.
And then when I went to do the running tally, like half of those notes were gone, and I was like, "Well,
And you did re-listen. Like, you're up to 30-ish.
you're adorable."
What?
I'm on 7. Actually,
So pro.
I'm a little further than that, but yeah, it's not far. Life, man.
Life, yeah. Mhm.
Preach.
All right. So what was it? Sorry, was Adria just saying what she thought Zem wanted to hear when she stated she was blood related to Zem?
Yeah.
Let's talk a little more about this episode.
Yeah, because technically Shaw doesn't know anything about that. I want to know.
Do I need to earmuffs this conversation?
I've trapped her. We cannot let her leave the room.
Totally not gonna listen to later.
No. Adria was not lying to Zamira in that moment.
Didn't feel like a lie.
It didn't feel like a lie.
No, I'm pretty sure Amara lied to Zem more in their conversation than Adria did.
I know that's something you and I have talked about a lot. So Kay thinks that Amara is a liar. He has a theory.
Like a straight up liar, or
Like Amara was fucking with Zem so hard in that conversation.
which?
When Amara and Zem
The hotel room.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of stuff Amara was like half telling Zem, or just hinting at, or just flat out lying about. Like I think Adria has been way more honest and upfront with Zem than Amara has been with Zamira. I think Amara is lying to Shari a little bit too.
And why would I go the dark side? Why?
Maybe it's because of our lives that we live. He said, half serious.
Will they meet with Xander again soon, or perhaps any other earlier NPCs, specifically a certain tarot card gifter?
Well, if you have listened to the first part of the collaboration, which we released, I don't know when this is coming out, so we released that it's out there. You know that Mila did make an appearance. Of course, that was in the past and not with Zem and Shar, but we do get to see her, so that's fun. Will Zem and Shar interact with her again? Maybe. But I do have plans for her outside of that. So stay tuned for that.
I'm skipping over the Xander question, I see.
I'm getting there. Xander, well,
He's dead.
he's dead.
He's not dead yet.
First of all, let me address
Dead
this.
man walking.
Let me address this by saying Xander is the NPC that I get asked about the most frequently because people love Xander. And I don't understand why, because it's just going to hurt all of you. And you make me do these things by bringing him back. But yes,
Make me
we'll
do
eventually
these
see him.
things because
Yeah, Zem's going to kill him.
Oh, come on. But Charander, best ship of the whole series.
Charander?
I think the irony is that I think Zem and Xander have like potential for like best friendship, which is hilarious to me. Because you guys have like a weird like alignment of paths.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Xander made the choice that Zem's trying not to make.
He is weak.
Oh, yeah.
What a bitch.
What a bitch.
That's still my favorite line. Was that your wife called me a bitch and she was right?
Your wife.
Such a good line. But yes, we'll see Xander eventually. I don't know when. There have been some decisions made that make that less likely to happen in the coming episodes, but I promise that within the next year of Slay the Stars, Xander will be back.
For the next year. Wow, that's a long time. All right.
I want to put him in a dramatization.
Put him in a chokehold.
No.
I think you put him in a chokehold and then traumatization. Speaking of Mila, the tarot card gifter who was in the collab. So this is for anyone who's listened to the second part. They know a certain character survives it. That would be Milo, who's played by Grant. So when are we going to see Milo and Mila go on their date?
Yeah. I want that dramatization.
Well, that's what I was talking about. So I have spoken to Grant about this, and we don't have any firm plans or dates or anything set up, but there is some interest from both parties in doing something with these two characters.
Yes.
And so it's probably going to happen. I'm not sure when. Everybody's very busy this summer, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Awesome.
All right. So for Arthur,
Yes.
What have Char's thoughts been throughout all this? Because he's been put in a bunch of really stressful situations, and he seems to be just very lost in thought in his own headspace lately.
I think that that's kind of the way that I've wanted to play him, though, is that he is directionless right now. He knows the general outline of where he's going, but it's snowfall. All the paths are covered in snow. And he's just trying to find his way now. And he's being pulled in a lot of different directions by whether it be Zem or Amara. I mean, it's all over the place. But right now he has the goal of, and I've talked to Lee about this. He is in defense mode only right now. He is not playing offense in any capacity right now.
So he's just going to be like very passive for a little while.
Yes.
Just like, I'm stuck.
Oof. Pretty much.
That might be too real.
Yeah, but the second you let him out of the cage, it's going to be an interesting rest of the story because I'm ready to start making that shift off of defense into like making more decisions.
That's exciting,
especially with what's coming up in the episode that we're about to record.
Can't wait to hear it.
So I'm excited, and I'm also terrified because you scare the shit out of me.
You should be scared.
Well, then that last episode. See, I disagree with Lee about something and how that last episode ended. I think it should have been 5 bodies, not just 2. Because 5 makes it feel much more final. Everyone who could have been at Kai's cabin is dead and gone. They don't have to be, but it does make it feel a lot more final. Like, oh no, they're all gone.
Yes, but I had already broken everybody's hearts and taken everything from these 2 characters twice. I didn't want to be that mean. I made a choice to protect the mental health of my players and community.
Can I get a clip of this later?
Yeah, I got you.
Just, I'm going to clip that for reasons.
Listen, I knew we were going to run the collab and then there's going to be a week break and stuff. Like I didn't want everybody to be very sad for like a month.
My thing was that, and I've talked to you about this, Jed, is that I thought it was going to be like Invasion of the Body Snatchers situation where everything was fine and they were going to say something off the cuff that one of us was going to miss and one of us was going to catch it. It was just a matter
that would have
of
been
who.
so good too.
And I imagine because unfortunately all of us kind of have a weird like shared brain cell, it was probably a thought in the back of her head to do it.
That's one of my favorite movies. The original.
I am aware.
Yeah, no, but we all know the Body Snatchers was what's going on down in the Bellwood.
I would really like every listener to see the face that Leah just made because holy shit, it was terrifying.
I actually get to see some of these faces that she makes, and it's so exciting.
Listen, this is why we should stream. People miss so much by missing our faces.
That's probably a blessing because I can't control mine.
Neither can I. It's really bad.
All right. So Zem, being put in a situation where killing someone who is close to you, i.e. Char, will grant you ultimate power, cosmic reckoning. Would she even reconsider her moral of not at the expense of others, even just a little bit?
I've said this before, and I don't know if it's recorded or just amongst us. But they're not asking her the right questions. 100% yes, but not Char. Like they keep going after the one person that she will stubbornly refuse to go down that road for.
So wait, would she murder Rafe?
Maybe.
Yes, that's a yes.
That's absolutely yes.
Yeah,
yes.
it's a yes. I mean, like, I'm confident that that's a yes. She wouldn't think about it until it was presented to her, but like it wouldn't occur to her until it was like, okay, well, what about him? But that's not the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the one person she wouldn't do that for. Literally the only person.
Adria is very adamant that it has to be Char. And I have a theory about that as well.
Is it about the keys?
No, it's actually something slightly different.
Oh.
So how Adria has revealed that she is blood related with Zem in this last episode. I'm thinking that's not just that Zem is a human descendant of Adria, not like, so they share a celestial bloodline parent at some point. Char is descended from the other queen.
The one that's trapped?
The Queen of Light.
Yeah, I when Leah recorded the lore drop at the speaking of the beginning of the podcast,
That dropped before the first episode.
Yeah, I mean that kind of in my mind set the tone for the way that she wanted to run this, and I think we've just if this was a chess game, we have just broached into the middle game.
That would be accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But she knew that she was playing very much towards this position right now.
Yeah.
Well, she said that they're blood related, so we're all blood related.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
Which we kind of suspected as soon as we revealed the lineage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean, because Adria has said that that other person is her sister. So if your theory is accurate, then that would mean that these two would be related in some capacity. If your theory is accurate.
Which again, I mean, but just send them from 2 different lines, 2 different power sources, 2 different shadow and dark, or shadow and light.
Yeah, I think that this is definitely a clash, but where the choice was made to separate, we're mostly subconsciously making the decision to never separate. So both feel like equally explosive chemical reactions, and we'll see. We'll see.
We keep throwing fire on fire, and it's not making it better.
Yep, and then you run away before you see the
electrifying it.
results.
We were forced to run multiple times. I don't know what you're talking about.
You could have stood in 5, just wasn't gone very well.
Ah, yes, the end of the podcast.
Okay, if Shar, Zem, or any of the NPCs were an animal, what would they be?
I don't know why. I love this fucking game. Hold on.
She's really good at it. It's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the last time I said fish. Char was a fish.
Sure is a fucking fish.
I feel like a
Shark's
newt.
fish.
Like Zem would be a newt, but like specifically like the black with like the blue on the back.
Oh yeah.
It might be a salamander, actually. I'm not really.
Ooh,
positive,
salamander's a good
but
one.
I don't know why.
I dig it.
What about Karina?
An
A
eaglet.
bird.
Yeah, and like an eaglet. Like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
not
yeah,
quite eagle,
she's-
but like
She's definitely some kind of
Not
like
a pigeon.
No,
a
she's-
peacock or something.
Ooh, yeah, peacock.
I think, but I think she's smaller, and I feel like it's one of those like birds that have those dances.
Oh,
like,
like
their
the birds of
feathers
paradise
become-
things.
mhm.
Yeah.
like a
she's-
cockatoo?
No,
No,
It's-
like the big fancy ones that only live like one place in the world or whatever.
I think they're just
think they're called-
various birds of
Yeah,
paradise.
it's called birds of paradise.
Yeah. But like it's got that shimmery, like so when they like puff up or whatever, it looks reflective.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
I think Adria would be like a
Dinosaur.
like a panther, something like that, like one of like the all black panthers.
A cat, like a cat.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Cat feels right
yeah.
of some sort. I don't know. I mean, definitely not like a lion.
No.
No, something sleeker, a little stealthier.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. What about Rafe? Like a wolf, something like that.
It's a little, yes,
Like a puppy, you know what I mean? Like a puppy to some and a predator to others.
Honestly, I'd say more like a fox.
A fox.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd say like not quite wolf is actually more where I was thinking.
Definitely like canine and something that can be tamed, but like it's also still very vicious. It can be a hunter.
Uh-huh.
Rawr.
Good.
Got you.
If you could change any one action you took during the party fight, what would you do differently?
Don't ask her that. It's hitting too close.
This is really difficult to answer because I often lament the choice that Zamira made to go with Rafe instead of stay and fight with Reg. But I don't know that it would have changed anything.
Yeah, I don't know if in character I would have changed anything. From Arthur's perspective, I should have just beat the shit out of what's her name when she tried to kill me after being invisible.
Alias?
Yeah, but Char's theme is like redemption and
Mhm.
forgiveness and trying to get allies, and immediately he was
Sap.
stabbed. Yeah,
Yes, Alice is such a good being. She's just there to help you guys along. I don't know why you hate her so much.
Speaking of which, this is the person who made that
I
character.
know.
So if there's anything y'all want to say.
but see, that's the thing. I don't think in character I would change any decision because where we are now seems like where it needed to go anyway.
Mhm.
Like, we have multiple threats out there. We can kind of zone in on which threats we need to deal with at a given time. If we had all the allies that we would have had if Shar had tried to kill her, then, or even succeeded, then it'd be a very different trek down south again.
Yeah. Yeah. There's one thing that I would change that I messed up very badly, and nobody has called me out on it because I don't think people noticed because it was in one episode and then for the next one. Zamira took the drugs.
Oh fuck.
Zamira took the drugs that allow her to basically
Oh, you
detect
mean
magic.
like the fact that it was a spell, not a thing?
No. She took the drugs and she could see magical effects around her. And the whole reason I even put that in there as an option was because then she would be able to see the creatures that were coming for everybody else in the party. We cut the episode, took a break, started recording the next one.
Yeah,
and I
Chinese
forgot
does
you
us
took-
dirty.
Forgot you took the drugs. And so you were technically blind in the next episode
And shouldn't have been.
when you shouldn't have been.
Interesting.
So see, I make mistakes. This was a mistake.
God, I hate you.
Listen, you could have remembered.
I could have, yeah.
We did, yeah. We took a break,
No,
ate a
but
bunch of
didn't-
Chinese food, and forgot.
Well, see, the thing is that
For a second, I thought you meant in character. I'm like, they didn't have food. Oh my God.
No, I don't want to say that it was necessarily. You play fair with
Yeah,
your
you do.
encounters.
Mhm.
And it's not that it felt unfair, it just felt out of balance. And I didn't, it was after food. I didn't want to like be like, what the fuck was that, man? So that makes sense. If you literally gave yourself like, all right, I've balanced it correctly. And then you remove the one thing that you've done to balance it.
Yeah.
But
It
I also
didn't-
trust your approach. So I didn't want to call anything
It's
on
funny. It didn't, even though like I'm the one that should have had that sight, it didn't feel unbalanced to me. It felt on theme. Like you need to make a choice. Like the whole time has been like about choices, about like what you're going to do. And for me, it just felt like more of that. Like you can stay and fight,
Yeah.
or, you know,
Well, and that, I mean, that's what that fight was balanced for, right? Like, it was, like I said, it was a survival thing. You guys had to go 10 rounds or whatever it was and survive in that environment. And you had choices to make, right? You could run and you weren't going to get stopped. You were going to make it out, probably. But you would have to leave people behind. And it was fun to do that sort of an encounter and put you in that situation and to see what these characters would do because they have run so much in the past. And I feel like this moment, that moment of running and getting back and losing Reg specifically, that is why both of these characters, Zem feels compelled to like confront Adria, and why Shar is now thinking about like, I don't want to be on the defensive anymore. Like we need to start doing stuff offensively. I think that was a huge turning point.
it absolutely was. I mean, like that's why she's been saying like, I'm fucking sick of running. Like
Yeah.
she's, you know,
Yeah, but I think, and more important, I think Reg, unfortunately, as much as I didn't want to admit it, he needed to die.
Listen, it was a good moment for him to die.
yeah, nobody wanted it. And we were
We
torn
wept.
We were
up
all
about it.
crying. Yeah, it was
But
rough.
then after,
It was
much
such
after,
a good death.
it was. But like, I don't know. I think like part of it too for me is like he died like with his sacrifice, right? And I just don't know that he knew like how like what a difference he made. And that's the part that like bugs me about this stuff. Like,
It's kind of life, though, is like we never know what our influences are going to be after we're gone, though.
This shit's getting more.
fuck off.
Okay, new question.
On that MCU!
Bring it back in. What were Zem and Shar like as children, and do you think they showed signs of being ASMR then?
Ooh.
I think the survival for crashing the cart into the candy store probably would have be like, hey, why are you not dead?
I think Zamira's not much for inward reflection.
Yeah, this has been said multiple times.
So I truly don't feel that she ever had any idea. Like surviving was not a question. It was like, yeah, whatever, I'll be fine. I think that she has always been the ringleader of this fucking circus. But I also feel like Shar probably would have been just as
Oblivious? Yeah.
I don't even mean oblivious, but like a little less reluctant to go along with Zamira's like craziness than you are now.
I mean, that's why originally they did kind of have a pseudo falling out, is just they were different people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the irony is that Shar felt not human enough when he didn't know he was an Asamar. And now that he knows, and now he's reconnecting with like how he is as a person, he's becoming more human, even though he knows he's not.
Interesting.
Oh, I hit my mic.
Stop doing that.
She pulled a Jen.
Mind blowing.
Interesting. What inspired the character designs for Zem and Shar, and how did the planning go?
This character is me. This character is me with the power I wish I had.
Mhm.
100%.
It was a character idea, like creation. I wanted a monk cleric. Shar was somewhat similar to how you built it, which is that if you had a chance to be 18, 19 again, and
God, no.
and you could make better choices, stronger choices coming up then.
Mhm.
That was kind of how I built his backstory, because all of his, I feel like they're not always the best choices for Shar. They're strong choices.
Mhm.
The ability to leave the garden and accept that, to move on, to run back after Zem after they got separated in the graveyard, to go back to the garden to make, because Zem needed information. Like, again, they're not good choices, but they're just stronger choices, and that's kind of his
For sure.
theme. Strong, not good, because I'm very much I want to try to make the best option at any given point in time.
Yeah, who doesn't? I mean, really. What was the inspiration for your character names?
This is an excellent question. I actually have a very specific answer, but I need a second.
Charlemagne Vif Broom. I started with Vif Broom first. Leah knows I'm a sucker for languages, even though I don't know that many. I just love like the origin of words, and I think that how we did it was Charlemagne of Fire, or Born of Fire was the way that we broke that down, which is just like somebody who's going to self-combust.
Yes, that's very fitting for sure.
Like I said, powerful man who's going to burn himself, but it's going to be glorious.
This is a very similar response. Zamira means a song, and Kaltain means from the Dark Town.
So it's a song from the Dark Town?
Well, I think it's more the Kaltain was the hint towards the shadowy origins from the start, and then Zamira for the song was just like a story, like the old way of telling stories, like a bard, except she's not a bard, so
I think Zamira would make a great
Zamira would make a great bard.
I think she thinks she's a bard, but like she was pseudo raised by bards.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Her best friend Karina is a bard. Everybody's bards.
Which is weird, considering we're in like the one place where it's not very common.
All right. Just a couple more questions, and then we can cut this.
Okay.
This is the one I'm probably gonna get the most hate for asking for, but is there any chance for redemption of Dalius?
I'm not answering this one. I gave him to you, girl.
Do you mean like in character or like us personally?
In character redemption for Dalius.
Because I think Char's very much on like a murder streak for Dalius right now, only because he hurt Zem.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Are you saying, do we think there's a chance for redemption? Okay, I will answer that.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I thought he was saying, is there? Like,
Oh.
DM, is there?
Oh.
No, do you
I'll
guys,
answer that too. Then.
do you guys think there's a chance for Dalius to get a redemption arc?
What's the like the fantasy like cliche is they redeem themselves by dying? I think there's like a chance for that. Not like that they're killed, but like they sacrifice themselves for a greater purpose, even though that doesn't like cover up the shit that they've done in their past.
Yeah.
Is there a chance? Yes. Do I think he'll do it?
Fuck no.
Have him go straight Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
I was thinking Snape.
Yes, straight Severus Snape. I mean, but that would involve Delius having been doing at least a couple good things along the way, and it doesn't appear that way.
Yeah, you know
from
what I'm
we know
really
him.
interested in is Delius's relationship with Kai. I really want to know more about that.
Oh, I know. Isn't that fascinating?
I want to know more about Delius's relationship with my mother.
I don't. That's weird.
I
I'm pretty sure Delius is just sleeping his way around across all the women.
listen.
I mean, she is a
That'd be an interesting cliche.
I picture him very much as like this silver fox, kind of like crazed professor vibe, which like I'm into. So I get it.
Did you guys make your list, by the way, before I forget, of like who?
no fuck.
Oh, I forgot.
Son of a bitch.
I-
We'll have to record that remote maybe. one
Yeah,
of these
we
days.
should. We should record that remote. That would be super.
Wait,
fun.
list of what?
Like which actors we think would play those characters.
Oh.
Like if we were casting.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to do that.
That was fun.
But yeah, do I think that there is a chance that? Okay. I'm going to reference Critical Role calamity moment here. So spoilers for anybody that doesn't want to hear that. Want to just skip ahead 30 seconds or something? There is a moment where one of the characters is very angry, and Brennan has them scream like, "You're trying to redeem me, but I've done nothing wrong." That feels like very much for me where Delius is right now. He's not making these choices with any nefarious content. He's doing them because he thinks this is the way to get what he wants.
This
and
is the
he's
way.
not trying to hurt people. And so I feel like for him, redemption isn't even a thought because he doesn't think there's anything to redeem.
And that's why I think he won't do it.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you completely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like the only shot I think of redemption is like not him like fully realizing all of his sins. It's
Yeah.
just sacrificing himself for the
Exactly.
greater good.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't think he'll ever look at what he's done as being wrong, but I do think that there's the possibility that he will see Zem in real danger and make a choice for her.
Yes.
But
Yes, because I've said before, Delius does love Zamira. He loves her in a way that he thinks that he would love a daughter, right? He
Mhm.
doesn't know
Which is
that
horrifying to
he's
consider
messed
with what
up,
he's
right?
done.
He doesn't know that.
It's so fucked.
So there is a chance that like Zembi, because he has been behind the scenes advocating for her, right? And he let you go. He didn't, try to force you to go along with him, right? He cares. So if Zem ever found herself in actual danger that he could try to prevent, he might make a different choice. I don't know. I would literally have to react in the moment as him because I don't know what he would do.
Yeah.
And then just a couple quick questions from the collab. What inspired Katara and Roderick?
I really wanted to break out my southern accent because that's actually closer to where my accent really is.
Mhm.
And I've always wanted to play a Haragon. And the opportunity. First of all, I know that Leah has said on multiple occasions her least favorite class is Warlock. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm going to take full Warlock.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it
Yeah,
older rabbit Haragon.
which, given the setting in the world for Vela and Lyra, how'd that work for Roderick to be a warlock?
We didn't actually talk about it. You can talk
We
about it.
did a
that's
little
fine.
bit. So it was the kind of actually what I had stolen from a previous campaign as a druid, which was an archfey.
Mhm.
An archfey, specifically a protector of the Bellwood Lake Cramp Owl.
Okay.
And it was the only way that we got like a semblance of being able to have a warlock in the world, because after this I don't think there was many, if any.
I mean, we had to go back. We went back and forth on it a while for whether Alias would actually be a warlock for Adria.
Yes.
I
let
kind
that
of
happen.
felt like Soul Knife Rogue was what she was.
Oh, that's cool too. But she's a warlock.
She has something else in there too, but she's mostly warlock.
I just wanted to be light and airy. I needed a break.
Yeah.
It was
Mhm.
good. It was good.
It was pretty good.
It's like, build this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Guzzlegorp while you're here?
Yeah.
How did Guzzlegorp happen?
Well, I got invited to the collab, and I was like, well, what kind of character do I want to make? Do I want to go chaos? Do I want to go fun, ridiculous? How do I want to do this? I was looking down at options and saw range, like, ooh, Swarmkeeper Ranger. And Leah was like, "You should play that because no one ever plays Swarmkeeper Ranger." And my next immediate thought was, I should play a goblin who's surrounded by insects all the time, and make this just nasty as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I love that all of us chose languages thinking that nobody else would have those languages. We accidentally grabbed all the same languages.
And it was really funny because like gnomes are a dead culture. There aren't that many of them in the world, and everybody picked gnomish as a language.
Yeah, because I picked
only
gnomish
character
and
did it.
Here we
goblin.
are.
Gnomish and goblin
Yes.
without knowing any of you guys' classes.
Uh-huh.
It was great.
I think I actually had Common, Elvish, Goblin, Orc, and Sylvan.
I don't have internet right now, so I can't look. Oh no, I don't have internet. I need.
You moved
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing. You took it out there.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, so anyway, that's how Guzzlegorp got spawned, was just, I'm going to take a Swarmkeeper Ranger, make it a Goblin, and just go nasty. And yeah.
You succeeded. It was a great character.
Plus, any chance to break out that Goblin voice and drive everyone crazy.
People love the goblin voice.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And
I loved that character right away. Like, you stated what you wanted to do, and I was like, yes. And then I'm pretty sure I sent you like a bunch of like, try this. What about this thing?
Oh yeah, no, you sent me a couple of lovely gifs and TikToks. Like, yes, this is exactly what this character is. It's perfect.
Not that you needed my suggestions. I was just real jazzed.
Uh-huh. So, now you don't have to be, feel free to be biased about answering this question. So, answer it as honestly, truthfully as you want. But, who was your favorite character from the collab?
Who was our favorite character from the collab?
Mila.
She's everybody's favorite all the time.
All right, fine. Let me correct this. Who was your favorite player character from the collab?
You just want us to say Guzzlegorp. That's all
Nope.
you want from us?
That's why I specifically said be as biased as you want.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I can't remember all the names. But I
Dr. Key.
Dr. Q was
Andy.
That was such an off the cuff change. I loved it.
So good. So good.
That actually might be my answer.
I like Dr. Key. I loved every fight when they were just like, I don't want to do this. And then somebody else get it. Okay, I guess we're doing this.
Yes. By the way,
Super.
there's just a whole bunch of little ghost rabbits all
Yes.
protecting you now.
The ancestors were little ghost rabbits. Hilarious. I loved Milo, though. His like little nervous flirting with Mila in the beginning
Was adorable.
so cute.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
I think the problem is that I forgot so much of what happened even while editing, because you're just like, what do you mean you don't remember? I'm just like, I zoned in on what every bad sound was and fixed it.
I know.
40
yeah.
minutes of audio, I couldn't tell you what happened.
Going through and listening
Between all
to it
five
again.
of us, it was, oh God.
Listen, behind the scenes information, my computer overheated twice while we were doing this, and we had to like take a break and jump back in whenever my computer would come back on. And I was so stressed trying to run this thing, and I was like, I don't even know how this turned out. And then I went through and listened to it again. We were editing, and I was like, all right, it was pretty dope. It turned out pretty well. I'm happy with it. And I don't know how to answer this damn question.
I know, because
all
like
of
every
them.
time I'm like, okay, it was that one. Then I'm like, no, but I really loved this thing. Yeah.
Like, I have favorite moments, like on the third listen after I got it, like was the it's a star was like my favorite like off the cuff line. And there's just like lines in general. I don't know if I had a favorite. I'm very partial to Roderick.
Roderick was great.
Roderick was pretty good.
I liked Roderick.
I don't get to do that much. I love it, but I'm fearful for his future.
Yeah, well, something tells me that the future is not very long for most of these characters.
I did have a question about that, actually.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, what happened down in the pit?
Oh, well, interestingly enough, I think we're going to find out. I think we're going to do a dramatization of what happens in the pit. Again, I don't know when. Everybody's very busy, but we're going to figure it out and get a dramatization recorded, and hopefully in the next couple months we will answer that question.
Do you guys remember when summer meant you had all the fucking time in the world?
Yes.
Ah, miss those
I
days.
do. I remember that.
I do not.
Ugh.
Mhm.
I remember like, I don't know what to do. And now I'm like, ah!
I'm so bored. I'm just going to sit on the couch
Yeah.
and read.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I have
haven't
30
read a
things to
book in so
do.
long. Yeah.
But that's all the questions I have. So turn back over to Leah to close us out, I guess.
All right. Well, That was a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed listening to what goes on in our brains. They are scary, scary places. I want to thank Kay one more time for coming out and moderating this and talking us through it. It's a lot of fun to have an outside party come in and, shake it up a little. Tell us about your podcast and where we can listen to and or watch it.
Absolutely. So I am the GM for the Dude, Where's My Drift actual play podcast. We are a Starfinder show. So we play different systems, still D20. But we release episodes currently every other Monday at like 5 a.m. We also live stream on Twitch at 8 p.m. on the alternate Mondays. And yeah, you can come watch us, have fun. We just joke around. We're very not serious. Like Slay the Stars, super professional. Dude, Where's My Drift, the complete opposite. I don't want to out my players here, but there might be a little drinking going on every single session we record. But yeah, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at DWMD Podcast. And like I said, we're at Twitch at twitch.tv/DWMD Podcast.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And everyone, I hope you're excited because the second year of Slay the Stars is only going to get more wild. Can't wait. We'll see you in episode 53.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for having me.
Intro music by Isaac Vyers. Character designs by Cam Gonzalez. Produced by Leah Hemrick. Graphics designer Jen Kearney. And audio engineer Arthur Polino.